Hello everybody, Grady Polcyn here from Family First Life America. I'm sitting here with one of my top agents, Rick Doyle. We're in the office right now and we wanted to talk about, well, we just got off the phone and he was telling me how he was struggling a little bit to get them to get the check, right? So he's struggling to get the check. And so what that made me think of is just, we started talking about how he sets the table, how he sets the appointment. And as you start to sell more insurance, as you start to progress along your career, you will have less challenges getting the check as you are stronger in the beginning, setting control of what the appointment is. And so I just wanted to share with him what I do in the beginning, because I personally have, and watch me have the problem today, but I haven't had a challenge getting the check in something like in hundreds of appointments. And the reason is I do such a strong, open and table setting that the credibility for me is so high that for them to not go get the check, it's almost like they're being awkward. Right? Don't be awkward, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Let's just go get the check. We're this far along. We just talked about all this stuff. So what I wanted to show to Rick and to you guys out there is what I do to set the table in the appointment, and how I set the stage, and what's in front of me and the client when we sit down. And so we get in the house, get to a table. Obviously, couch is not preferred because you can't be professional and lay stuff out. You also need to write. So you get to a kitchen table, lay out the credibility sheet, lay out any lead card you have, lay your business card on top, financial inventory, and then a blank sheet of paper underneath. And then whatever your laptop or preferably iPad, tablet. And so right here, the scene feels clean. There's no distractions. Ask them to turn the TV off. We're focused on this. This is all we're focused on. So we're going to talk about this. And so how I open an appointment, which puts trust into the appointment, which puts alleviates all sort of stressors, is just kind of real casual interaction. And I go like this. I go, okay, hi Rick, good to see you, I'm Grady. We got your card in the office. Most people mail these in because they either just purchased or just refinanced a property or took a loan out or something, and they want to put something in place. So if something happened yesterday, death or disability, some money comes in the family today to either pay off the property, pay down the property, or now if they're seniors, what's most common is some money to help out transition, okay? That's a mortgage open. Final expense open. Different lead card. Most people sending these requests or fill them out online because they want to put some sort of amount of money in place that would help out the family, that wouldn't leave a burden for those final expenses, or even leave some money as a legacy to some of their children and grandchildren. And so we'll kind of go through that. So that's the two different opens. Whether it's final expense, whether it's mortgage, you're just going to kind of open like that. Next. So my job is I'm both a field underwriter and an independent broker. Field underwriter, I'm going to gather some information. Independent broker, they contract me with about 20 different companies, which allows me to really shop around for you and find products that are affordable, comfortable, but in the end, Rick, we actually have to see what it is that you qualify for. Now, all the companies I represent are all great companies. You might even recognize some of them. But the big thing is I'm not captive. Okay, do you know what? So captive is like State Farm, Farmers, Allstate, right? Where they literally have access to about 2 products. I have access to 100. And the big thing about captive agencies is they're basically employees, where I'm totally independent. My whole goal is to find you the best coverage, the best price that you can get approved for. Okay, so I'm going to take Rick about 2 minutes on some money questions, 2 minutes on some health questions, then about 5 minutes we'll look at then the different insurance options then that you're available for based on how you answer those questions. When one makes sense, we're going to submit a request for coverage. Request for coverage takes anywhere from a week to 4 weeks for them to decide if they want to grant you coverage. They're going to check your prescription history, your background, make sure you are who you say you are, right? Make sure no one's trying to get insurance in your name. Make sure you didn't escape from prison and you're hiding out here in Mesa, right? They always laugh. And then if you're approved, you're approved. So Rick, I'm just a field underwriter, not a salesman or anything. I don't even take any money today, so let's get started. Okay, so there's a lot of different things that I'm doing in there, right? I'm knocking out the captive agency. Why don't I talk to my State Farm guy? I'm telling him I'm a broker. I'm going to shop around. We're going to submit a request for coverage. The request for coverage we're going to pick is based on how you answer these questions. How you answer these questions, it's going to take you 2 minutes each, and then we're going to spend 5 minutes, right? I'm setting the table in the beginning that it's not going to be a long appointment. I've really kind of taken complete control about what's going to happen in the next 9-ish minutes, And you know what that does for the client? Makes them feel really comfortable. And I'm talking through it, and then we start asking questions. I go through the financial inventory, go through their health, get all their medications, surgeries, this, that, find if they have any insurance, and then on a separate sheet of paper, I show them different options. Younger, I'm showing them term. Older, I'm showing them whole life, etc. And so the whole thing, and so maybe this is where, like, so if you do like a strong open, and then you get to the point where you're showing them numbers, right? Okay, so Rick, based on these three options, if you were to get approved, which would be the most comfortable for you? And then zip it. And so then what happens, they go, okay, the middle one. Okay, perfect, Rick. Now what they're gonna do is they need to check, like I said, repeat what I said at the beginning. They're gonna check your background, right? So he goes the middle one. Do I go jump, give me a voided check and make it all awkward? No, I calm down the situation. Top producers are in control, so you just calm. Perfect, okay, the middle one's great. No change of tone, no change of voice. Perfect, okay, Rick, so what they're gonna need to do, they're gonna check your background, they're gonna check your prescription, they're gonna make sure, again, that you are who you say you are, no one's trying to get insurance in your name. Make sure, again, the prison joke, you didn't escape from prison, okay? And I say just like that. And then, so what I need from you, Rick, is I need your driver's license, and then I wait for them to move a little, which they're moving to go get it, right? They've agreed now in their head to go do whatever I say, right? Go get your driver's license, a voided check, and then Rick, if you could just get me like a little glass of water or something. I've just been talking so much. I don't want that white stuff to start forming in my mouth from my grandpa, like my grandpa. And I always say that, and you know what they do? They laugh just like you. And you don't have to be as silly like that sort of stuff that I am, but for me, I'm trying to like sandwich the request of the voided check, and not that I'm trying to avoid it or that I have any issues overcoming that. So now tell me I don't want to get you a voided check.
I don't want to get you a voided check.
Okay, that's fine. But what they need to do is, in order to check your background, and go through it again, your prescription, make sure you are who you say you are, they just want to make sure you're serious. And so like we talked about, Rick, that if something happened to you, Jane wouldn't be able to afford this house, or like we talked about, Rick, something happened to you, your kids would have no money and they'd be left with a $10,000 or $20,000 bill for your final expenses. I understand you don't want that. So what we need to do is we need to find out if they'll even approve you, and that's by submitting a request for coverage. And they say they'll take a request for coverage. They just want to know you're serious. Now, are you under contract, or are you required to pay? No, you're not. But we can't make any decisions till we have some answers, and we can't get answers unless we apply. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I'm still thirsty if you get me that bottle of water. So like it's just you no change of voice, no change of tone, and you just like it's like okay. I don't need it. They need it. They need the voided check. They need to just make sure you're serious, right? And then this is a couple good lines. They're gonna spend a few $1,000s checking your background, pulling your prescription history, checking your medical records, and just making sure you are who you say you are. And they just want to make sure before they spend that money that you're serious. Now, if you get declined, they're not going to bill you, but they just want to make sure you're serious. And like I said before at the beginning, I'm a broker, so if you do get declined, we're going to pivot to a different company. I'm going to make sure I take care of you and Mary, okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Does that help? Like, and we can talk for one more second. Like, so when you got, I don't want to give the check, do you feel that you had that much control in it, or do you feel that maybe you pulled a few things from this?
I definitely pulled a few things from this. I felt like I was more in control, but I definitely still feel like there was a little bit of trust, which could have been alleviated with the upfront portion.
Upfront, yeah. That's it. So how you close is about how you open. Like if you just roll in and say, I'm here to show you some quotes, they're like, okay, you're just the quote guy.
Yeah.
If you come down and you address who I am, what I do, who I'm contracted with, and what's going to happen, I'm in control. I've taken complete trust, and now, okay, they look at me as a confidant now, as someone they can trust. So,
perfect.
All right, bro, let's
Cool.
get out there.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate you guys. Bye for now.